Hey everyone, my name is Rebecca, and my channel is Rebecca's Beautiful ASMR Addiction. And I am here today to introduce you to my studio and my methodology of how I film, what I film with, the whole 9 yards, except for my microphone. It's still a trade secret. And it's not because of snobbery, I promise you. I'm not worried about people going and copying me. It's not that, but a microphone is a very personal choice for people, and we need to do the research on that. But I will show you how I plug my microphone in to my phone. I don't emphasize it during the rest of this video, and I won't, but I do let you know that it's a USB port and it is not a powered microphone. So I think that this would be a good video to watch if you want to just learn how to get started. See, I have never been one to be ambitious. I'm not ambitious. I should be. But I'm not. I haven't been thinking to myself, ooh, I'm going to get 1 million subscribers and I'm going to be famous. I started this channel by accident because I love ASMR, and I never even had any intention of starting it. It sounds weird, but I talk about that in another video about why I start this channel. And so anyway, this time I just want to be technical, and we're just gonna show you how I do everything, show you around my studio, and I want to reference the fact that not all my videos are done in this studio. I go to the lake outside, and I do other rooms in the house, other table surfaces and things like that, but I bring all this equipment with me. I have doubles, triples of so many things in order to make sure that I can have every kind of scene and variety. So enough jibber jabber, let's get into it. Alright, let's step into the studio, you guys. This is a really small room, and I have everything set up that I could think of that I would want to show you. So, that's it. Let me get into a different position to show you everything that I want to show you. Well, no, let's just begin with this light, okay? All this is a, let's see, you can see where the spotlight goes over there. It's a spotlight, okay? When I want something to pop in a very certain way. It's hard to explain, but all it is one of these work lights, that most men and construction workers use to brighten up space. So when I want to create sunlight, I will take this shield off, this wrinkled shield. It's been in storage. And then we just have this brilliant light that creates sunshine for me. It's I rarely use it, but every once in a while I would just want a light to shine like sunshine. Okay, that plugs in, and that's very simple. But it's attached to, let me show you this. It's a tripod that can be used either for microphone or for your camera, either one. But I use this one in particular for that. So Let me see what's next. All right, so here we are on the other side, and I want to show you. This is your simple ring light. Okay, just this little device here turns that on. Okay, that's a ring light. Now, if you undo these clips, it gets taller. So it can get pretty tall, but it's not super effective. Not quite like this one. Let me get back and show you. This light is a little bit more diffused, and it doesn't show, it doesn't reflect in your camera as much, so it's useful for that. And it's very soft. It's a very soft light. Okay, so let me just show you. Turn this around. I don't want it too bright on us. Here is, there's too much light back there. A remote. Now, if I push off, of course it goes off. Right? On, back on, gotta point it at the light. Alright, we want to try now the mode. Okay, we got several different modes. Alright, really love this light. And then if we don't want it so bright, we point it at it and go down, 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 down. That's the least bright, but it's still really bright. Oh no, I put it brighter. I want to make it less bright. There we go. That's much more tolerable. Okay, so that's pretty much all that is about. And of course, you have the option of turning this light off and on with a switch like this. Alright, so you can go either way, remote, or, okay, let's not have this so bright. Wow, it's so bright. Alright, so that's going to light up the room, but we don't need it too bright. Okay, so as far as lighting is concerned, we've shown you the ring light. You can see the brand name on that one. But I also use this. Where this simple, crazy little thing comes from is the hardware store. And let's turn it on. Ooh, too bright, too bright. And that is just a side light, see? And let me just show you, demonstrate. I've got a bulb that I want to show you. Take this bulb out, and oftentimes I will replace it with this bulb. This bulb makes pink and purple light. I have to get way back from it. And what that does and helps with, sometimes depending, that makes it possible to change the tone of my skin. If I'm wearing colors that are very unflattering, or I just want to cast a hue over my scene, it's really weird because the pink light helps eliminate red and ruddy skin if you don't. And I do have red and ruddy skin sometimes, and it's just bad. Now this, I really like, and I use it oftentimes in Halloween videos because if not on camera, because right now we're seeing it the way it looks through my lens, it gives the illusion of fire. Okay, let me see how close we can get. See, my camera's not picking it up very well, but what it does... Okay, here, look at the table. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see the table? It looks like soft candlelight or firelight is shining on the table right there. That's what it does. So cool. And I've put it in the fireplace before to make fake fire and stuff like that, so that's very cool. Alright, so that's one tool. Those are the 3 bits of lighting that I use. 4, there's 4. The one back there with the spotlight, the ring light, diffused light, which really, I use it on almost everything. And then stage lights to just help with the ambiance. Okay, so that's the lighting. Now let me show you the stands. The stands are incredibly important. Let's go here first. Okay, this is a microphone stand. And you can see that I just extend it out over my subject matter, and there's my microphone. See? Microphone hangs over my subject matter, which is right here. Okay? Whatever I'm doing on my table. You may recognize my table from projects. So, that microphone stand, I just kicked it, goes all the way down to the floor. And this one is a super heavy duty one that I only use in my room because it doesn't travel easy. It's too heavy for me. I can lift it, but it's a trouble. So then you take that and hang a microphone on it, and I do my voiceovers in here with that microphone stand. It's so useful. Alright, and then here is a different kind of microphone stand. Okay? Similar, very similar. See, I've got 3 of them. Very similar. Okay? Let me just show you this. This adjusts up and down, which helps this to move up or down. Okay? And then, same thing over there. But what I do with this one, if I'm having issues with the camera being heavier than what I'm doing, I'll put some weights on the end of it. Okay? This also has a knob that allows you to adjust and put this higher or lower. Alright? There's also, on all of these microphone stands, is a knob here. You turn this left or right, and it'll get shorter or longer, depending. Okay. So I have many stands. Let's see. We go. I see I have another microphone stand that is not out here. Yes, it is. It's right here. Okay. It's a tripod. This knob over here, let me show you, that allows it to pivot one way or another, or up and down. Okay? So let me just show you this real quick. I'm going going to put you up on this. See, I'm going to put you up on this microphone stand right here. See? And then I can show you how I use it. Okay, so we're on a microphone stand right now. And this gives me hands-free so I can show you what I do. Alright, so this is something I wanted to show you for sure. This is, take it off real quick to show you. Okay. This holds your phone. Left, right, round and round. I'll show you that again after I get the phone on it. But it hooks up. It's an accessory that you buy. Get it from Amazon. Hooks up here. And then you just tighten it up. Oh, I'm loosening it. Tighten it up here. Okay, it's very simple contraption. And it holds it nice and tight. Don't go too tight, you might break it. It's not all that strong. Okay, you set your phone in here. Okay, that's how it holds. Do you see that? Okay, it's like a claw. All right, then. What you do is you decide whether you want your... Let me turn this on real quick, okay? All right, so here is where you decide whether you want to do a landscape view or an up and down view, right? Depending on what you want to do, all right? And this then, oh, and it also swivels left, right. I mean, it's so versatile. It gives you, you can put your stand anywhere you want, provided you have room for the tripod feet. There's those 3 feet at the bottom. Okay. So then once you get your stand where you want it, then it's just any direction. Now you guys know I do most of my filming in horizontal. And therefore then, you can see my microphone. You can't see my microphone, and this is a good time to tell you that I don't share that information. It's covered, it's disguised. And, but you take that microphone with an extension. The extension runs 6 feet is what I've got. And then you have the USB cord, all right? Did you see the microphone? Yeah, I think it's in the picture. All right, get that back up there. Oftentimes I'll use a clip on that microphone to get the position that I want it. Okay, so that cord then connects to my phone. So, and it's an extension. It's all USB. All right. Then, let's see what else do I want to say about that. You check your microphone light to make sure that it's on in order to avoid the horrors of, oh my gosh, I forgot to turn this on, I forgot to turn that on. There are many aspects to remember. Volume, sound, picture, lights, all of that. So now I think I've explained enough of this. You're watching two films, so maybe you did see the microphone in this phone. Not the microphone, but the way that it hangs. Okay? So, now I want to show you how I set up by just watch the camera and where it goes. Okay? I'm going to take this one down because I'm not using this one to film with. I'm going to remove that. All right. Just have a few things I want to show you down on the table, but this is the opportunity to tell you or to show you how I do that. Now, let's move this out of the way. I'm not going to use that microphone stand anymore. So now what I want to do is just get in here and decide what view I want. And I'm going to pick up the whole microphone stand and move it closer to the table. Alright? You can feel and see that I'm moving that little claw. The claw is moving. Alright, so I want to show you what's on my table. Alright, turn it a little bit more. Then I want to tighten the arm that is holding my camera. Put a weight on the end of it so my camera stand does not fall down. Okay. Click up. There. There now. I think I've got a good table scene. Move that thing out of the way. And let me just go sit down at the table and I'll show you a couple more things. Okay, here's a few things that I didn't show you. First, I want to brighten up my table. You already saw this, but just watch the difference. Bright, ooh, my goodness. And less bright. Okay. I love that. So even after you start filming, you can change, the brightness. Okay, so I can change it to warm. Can you tell that it's warm? Brighter, warm, less bright, warm. Okay, then cold. Brighter, cold. Let's go to warm, brighter, warm. So interesting. Mode. There's 3 or 4 different modes, I think. So it's off. Let's go warm and not so bright. Alright, I kind of like that. And apparently these things are universal because it turned these lights on. There's a separate remote for that. Okay, so this has all kinds of, see, I don't want that to be in your eyes, you guys. Let's face it this way. So, we don't want them flashing. So we'll change that to not flash. Alright, stop flashing. Ooh, a different kind. And how about the brightness? We changed the brightness of those. And what else does it say? There. Now it's going to go off and on very gently. So I used these in my Halloween video, and oh my gosh, if you guys didn't see my Halloween video, more's the pity, because I have to say, a couple of years ago, I did the coolest haunted house, and I didn't get much activity on it, and that's just so disappointing. But anyway, there's just, yeah, that's my other little lighting system. And so you can position them to go. Yeah, they don't position very well. You kind of have to work it yourself. And then I put some sticky stuff underneath there to make it sit still. But let me show you what it looks like when it actually spots something here. Okay, my own hand is in the way. There we go. But look at that. Isn't that cool? So, see how that spotlight's on my hand and my phone. That is just so cool. I love that. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn those off. Quick flash towards you. And back on the table here. That's just very cool. Alright, so that's off. Now, I have that in here, so I think I'll put them back in there for safety. That's my storage bag for those. I'll unplug that later. Okay, you guys, this is something that everybody has been asking me about. It's my harness, and this harness is what allows me to film hands-free, and I'll show you how that works. I've got my phone on, my other phone. I haven't been filming with this one for a while, but anyway, there's a claw on this, and it basically grabs, and then you can tighten right here so that it won't let go of your phone. And there you have that. So what happens is this comes over your shoulders and over your head. This goes over your shoulders, head and shoulders, okay? Picture that. And this part's on your back. And let me show you this. It goes around your back and clicks into this. So it goes over your shoulders and around your back. Just click. Okay. So, harness. See that? Around your back, over your shoulders. So that this part lands right under your neck. Right? And then you're able to just see everything you're doing while you're doing it. So here, example. And what I'll do then also is I will plug a microphone into the USB port directly right here. Okay? And if I'm not talking, I'll face the microphone this way because my microphone pivots. And then if I'm just doing filming, I want the subject matter to be expounded on, so I will put the microphone facing the subject matter, the stuff at hand. Alright, so that plugs right into the USB port, my microphone does, which gives me a good crisp sound for whatever I'm handling. Okay? So then I do the voiceovers later, because that way I get equal time for my voice and the things that I'm doing. Okay. So, we got a double image here. Fun. So I have two of everything. If I haven't said that, I've got, well, not everything. I have two iPhones, and I have like 3 or 4 microphone stands, but 2 of them are specifically for holding the camera, so I can get 2 angles if I need to do that. An example of that is when I did my sweeping video. I did a sweeping video, and I was filming 2 angles at one time and then combined them. Let's see, I have 4 or 5 different lighting systems, and it's all very basic. You really only need one of everything. But as I started getting a little more complicated, I wanted the choice, to do them both. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I don't want to open it that way. I want to loosen it up first. Let me think if there's anything else I want to share with you. Here is another thing I wanted to show you. I edit on my phone. I have a program called Splice. It's a purple and pink S Splice. And all I have to do to make a video here, it says my projects. See, I've got 2 of them going, and one of them is this one. I open up new project. All right. And what that allows me to do is to enter in consecutive order the videos that I want to edit. And just as a sample, I will show you, I will put in my intros, my different intros for the year, and my outros. How about that? So this is the order they're going to load up into the program. So after I hit that, I click next. It gives you an option of using AI or manual editing. That's a new thing, so I just hit manual. And then go ahead with manual editing. My program takes a little longer because I don't have the best internet, so it takes a bit of time. Then there you can see how it changed over to what's happening here. These are my different intros, and there is a little segue in between each one where it joins. And this gives me, there's just so many options. I could just go on forever and ever showing you a tutorial of how to use this. But let me just show you what I basically do is I hit that little button right there. And it gives me all kinds of choices as to how I want to go from one part of a video to another. I can do something really weird and fancy like that, and I'll show you what it does. Isn't that interesting? Typically, though, I will use just your traditional fade. Okay, so that's what it does with my fade. There. Okay, so if I click this tiny little button down here, boom, boom, then it gives me all these choices here. And I can add text, put something, I can write something and it'll show up over there. Or I can add audio, and this is where I do my voiceovers. I click voice, boom, and then it starts recording. Alright, don't want that, so I'm getting rid of it. Then I can lay over another whole video on top of that. Let's take the rooster one. just have the sounds. So you'll hear the rooster sounds, but you won't see it. Okay? So we don't need the overlay. Let's get rid of it. It lights up in blue, anything that you're working on. So many things, you guys, that you can do. Now, if I forgot to add something, I click Media again, and it lets me stick something in between. Don't need to do that right now, but so that's just my editing program in a nutshell. And then, of course, I keep everything so simple. But if you go to your YouTube channel, you can upload a video as well. You don't even have to go to your computer to upload a video. So that's something I love about doing YouTube, is that I basically rarely have to sit down to the computer unless I absolutely have to or want to. And I do. I upload from my computer just because there's more information that you can put on there. But anyway, that's that. I just wanted to make sure that you knew another part of why I say that my channel is very simple. It's very simple. And I have never progressed like maybe I should, but don't want to. When we first came in the room, you might have seen part of my wall unit, and it is a mess right now, but I'll show you. I do tend to keep my props in here. This is not a prop, I just shoved something somewhere. I was going to do an hotel role play again, and still haven't gotten to it, but that's an old bell, desk bell, and there's just toys and my Play-Doh. Let's see, I never have done anything with cork yet. I want to do a role play for pharmacy cork. Alright, let's see. I've got all these books and notebooks and coloring books, and this is one of my crinkle notebooks. Okay, I just have a mishmash of everything, you guys. If you didn't see my Scrooge roleplay, you really need to see that. It is so good. I don't mind tooting my own horn. And here's my craft supplies and more craft supplies and just video ideas and things. If I ever run out of ideas, all I have to do is just come check the shelf and something will come to me. This is the caboodle that I used, and this little container in here made me my colored ice cubes for the Halloween video. This is where I keep some of my vinyl and my supplies for that. This is all my nail paraphernalia, and here's my closet, you guys. Let me turn the light around on here so we can see it better. And there we go. So here's my purses. I did have them hanging neatly before, but I ran out of room in my closet. But there's a bunch of shirts that I keep in here for my own personal wear and for my channel. And this is my new linen closet, which is definitely mishmash and messed up, so I need to do another one of those. I don't have nearly the linen that I used to. So it's just, wow, crazy, guys. It's just crazy. But again, this is the room. My husband installed that for me. That wall, because he made it from these floors. I thought it was so cool to have a backdrop like that. Alright, now I opened up the curtain a little bit. I have blackout curtains because it's useful for when I don't want natural light. Okay, so I think you've seen everything else, and yeah, I just want to thank you so much for joining me and enjoying finding out the secrets to Rebecca's ASMR addiction. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.